Well, good afternoon, Joy. We've been talking about events around the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Now, this project was done or commenced or initiated by President John Dramani Mahama. Now, the Brazilians are constructing the project. My colleague Mulika brought you all those updates, but I'm sure the interchange is going to serve a lot of purpose. Now, you can see the traffic congestion in and around the area, but of course, the construction is what we are thinking about, that is going to create a lot of nuisance around the area. Definitely going to affect business, don't you think?
Yes, I'm sure. And what else do you have on business?
Well, this afternoon we're talking about the indicators in the country. We're looking at inflation, the consumer price index around this time. Now, I'll give you some reference back. It's right from January 2013. We've had inflation shift down, continuously move up till August, where it marginally dipped but also saw a surge till December. So now we have the full year report, and the latest we're getting is December inflation has moved into 13.5%. So those are the latest updates. When we join you on business, we'll talk about this and many other interesting details. Of course, we'll also take you to the stock market and bring you up to speed on events around the stock market in year 2013, as they are even meeting at this particular moment. Okay, so just like we've been talking about early on, we're looking at inflation for the month of December. If I'll take you a little bit back, right from January, we saw inflation rise steadily. Just ahead of the time, we had inflation in a single digit, but currently inflation has moved steadily into the double digits. Well, government's target for year 2013 was in and around 9%. Now, with 9%, you can't add plus or minus 2. So even if you add the plus 2, that takes you to 11%. But this time around, we've inched up above the government target. The December inflation that was just announced this afternoon by Dr. Philomena Nyaku, government statistician, is pegged around 13.5%. Well, for many, this is not good for the country. Let's see how she announced this and some of the factors that contributed to the rise to inflation.
December 2013, the rate of 13.5% was, it moved from 13.2% in November to 13.5%. And the major drivers are transport, housing, utilities, gas, and other fuel. And then if you look at the utilities, for example, we have water contributed an inflation rate of 59.6%. We have electricity contributing 51.1%, and then gas 47.5%, kerosene 81.7%, and then also we have transport contributing about 45% to the inflation rate. I mean, the change in the cost of transportation rising by about 45%. So these are the main drivers of the inflation rate that we saw in December 2013. So we had the central region recording the highest inflation rate of 14.8%. And then the upper west region recorded the lowest of 6.2%. And the eastern region recorded the highest non-food inflation rate. And then the northern region recorded the highest food inflation rate of 11.1%.
All right, so Dr. Philomena Nyaku, the petroleum price increases and also issues on utility tariffs and the exchange rate contributing to inflation rising to 13.5%. Let's just quickly look at some aviation issues, and here management of the Ghana Airport Company has blamed the occasional flooding at the Kotoka International Airport on the ongoing expansion project. Well, the company has decided to initiate measures to make the airport one that can be compared to all across the world.
The Kotoka International Airport has in recent times experienced flooding resulting in passengers getting stranded. The last incident reportedly occurred on Monday, January 6, after a late-night downpour. We first sought explanation from the Deputy Managing Director of the Ghana Airport Company Limited, John Amedio.
This terminal building was initially built, and we are making extensions to the building. What we realized is that there has been a major defect that was exposed by reason of the joint of the extension to the existing building, and which we are trying to resolve as quickly as possible. We are trying to remodel the terminal building and also facing out some of the problems over the years.
We asked him why invest in the existing facility when another is under construction.
We owe a duty to our customers to provide them the best of services. So whatever we are doing here is to provide them with the minimum service which they are paying for. And so there needs to be a balance. We agree that we are moving to a new airport, we are applying for a new airport. It's a long-term project, so we cannot satisfy a long-term project whilst neglecting the existing issues at the airport. So definitely there must be a balance, and that's what we are trying to achieve. We have various options that we will explore. One of it is to make Kochuka a domestic airport. One of it is to make sure that maybe we change the use of the airport, because it's at a prime area. We can change its use for whatever purpose it may serve. So we haven't gotten there yet. We are still doing the feasibility studies, and at the end of which we'll be able to decide what to do with Kochuka International Airport.
Away from aviation matters, I can't be too sure where you placed your investments in year 2013, but I'll quickly take you to the stock market and give you a feel around profits that you would have made if you had probably invested your money in the stock market. My colleague Catherine Frimpong is currently at the Ghana Stock Exchange, where they are reviewing the activities for year 2013 and also projecting into year 2014. So your best bet is to stay here with us on the business segment of Midday Live. But a very good afternoon, Catherine. Thanks for joining us on Midday Live.
Good afternoon, Kweku, and good
All right, Catherine, now we're told that the stock exchange is briefing the press on the activities for year 2013. Now, I know for investors who were on the market, a lot of significant gains, well over 70%. Can you give us a feel of what the stock exchange has been talking about, or how it has been comparing itself within the sub-region that's on the African continent?
Okay, Kweku, thank you very much. I must say that the briefing is still ongoing, but information available to me now is just a summary of the market's performance for the year ended December 2013. And in general, the trading activity, according to the Ghana Stock Exchange, was buoyant, and that, right, according to them, has been the highest since the inception of the exchange, in spite of challenging micro conditions. And they also had great progress made with the newly introduced Ghana Alternative Market for SMEs. And that also a number of companies took the decision to come to the market and are also on course. And also in terms of the sub-region, preparations for the regional integration of West African capital markets continued with steam, and also that was in progress. But just a quick one, some key reasons that contributed to the outstanding market performance for 2013, according to them, is that listed company excellent results for full year 2012, and then the first and third quarters of 2013 was very impressive. And also the second tier private pension fund managers' participation in the market, beginning from November 2012 to 2013 that has ended, was also very impressive. So that has been the information so far. And I also managed to get their projections for the year 2014. And the managing director for the Ghana Stock Exchange tells me that trading is very likely to be active on the back of continued participation in the market by the second tier private pension fund managers, if listed companies continue to post for very good results as seen in the previous year.
All right, so definitely a lot of capital injection. But let's compare this. In a year where there was litigation of the election proceedings, 2013, investor confidence was somewhat shaky. We had this outstanding performance. Now, Catherine, would you hazard to guess that in 2014, we are yet to see even some better activities on the stock market?
Yes, that is what I said earlier, that looking at the performance for 2013 with all those challenges. They are projecting that this year is going to be a very active year, that trading activities on the stock market is going to be very impressive, and that also potential initial public offers for both the new introduced GATS and the main board may also improve for the better this year.
Catherine Frimpoma, we can say a big thank you, and later tonight on News 360 you should be joining us for more of these updates.